Hello and welcome to MetalVice and 666. I'm one of your hosts, Brian. I'm joined by my other host,
Karen.
and this is a spin-off of our main podcast where we talk about all things music, mainly metal and live shows. If you listen to that, you know we ramble on a lot. So this is pick one topic, talk for 6 minutes and 66 seconds, and try not to ramble.
Try not to.
Try not to, right. This is our second installment of the Karen's Pick sort of sub-series of this.
Yep.
The first one we did was Liba something or other? Libach?
Well, I don't know.
Yeah.
That's how I pronounce it.
But remind the people what this whole thing is about.
Yeah, so when we go to record stores, which we really like to do, especially in new cities that we are traveling to, we'll try to seek out a record store. So when we were in Milwaukee one time, I just decided I'm going to pick an album that's under $10. It's slowly creeped up to $20 because it's hard to find an album under $10. And basically, I pick it off of the album cover or the album art, and we take it home and listen to it. And generally, it's a band that I've never heard of or don't know anything about. So,
yeah, and so let's go ahead and start the timer and dive into this one.
Cool. So this album, this is the second one that we got, and we got it at Bullseye Records.
Was this one also at Bullseye?
I believe it was at Bullseye, yeah, because I remember another record that I bought with this.
And go ahead.
Oh, no.
I was just going to ask, do you remember the price on this one? Last one had the tag on it.
Yeah.
This one doesn't.
We need to remember to leave the tags somewhere or cut it off.
Yeah.
Put it in there. Because, no, I don't know. It was probably like $15.
I remember this being around 15. I know it's either the next one or the one after that you upped it from 15 to like 20.
Yeah.
At that time because you didn't find anything that you really wanted.
Yeah, because it's hard.
Or there was nothing. I can't remember what that record store was because that was definitely different.
Yeah. So this is the Obsessed Incarnate album. So this one I don't even know why I picked it, but I think just the Obsessed name, and then the it's like a I don't even know, like a.
There's like a man in there on the cover in like flames. It looks like almost.
Yeah. Oh, there's a hand. So it's like somebody like placing him into the. I just noticed the hand. I've never noticed that before.
And like just above the name, there's like a match and whatnot.
Yeah.
And I think you said you were thinking of picking this one up for your first one, but then you got the other one because it was in German. We were either going to see Rammstein or we had Rammstein that year, and you just wanted to try out different language music and whatnot.
So. Yeah, so this one I did see the first time, and I decided to get the Leibach instead. So, but this is a different trip to that record store.
It was, yeah, and and they still had it there, so you picked it up. And I've seen it a few other places too. I think this particular album.
Too. Yeah, I've seen it now too that we have it. So, and I didn't know anything about Obsessed. When we listened to it recently, I looked up some information, like that they're an 80s metal band.
Yeah, I didn't either know anything. I've never heard of this band. The first time I listened to it, I definitely picked up on the 80s sound. It definitely sounds 80s metal.
Yeah.
And like
rock metal.
Yeah, like old school metal and rock. There's definitely heavy influences there. And it kind of, there are moments where it borderlines on like, is this metal? Is this rock? And
yeah. I would definitely get that. It's a very good melding of the two sounds. Yeah.
Which are very close anyway to begin with, but yeah, and I definitely pick up on like there's definitely like Sabbath influences and AC/DC influences on this.
The guitar riffs you could hear from that era of music.
Even some of the vocals came off a little bit to me as kind of Ozzy-esque or trying to be Ozzy-esque.
I guess maybe.
I don't know.
I want to listen to it again and see if I can pick that up now.
What were your thoughts on this?
No, definitely the same thing, like the 80s sound. Right when we first put it on, I remember the first time I was like, oh, this really sounds like an 80s hair metal band sort of thing, which I don't know if they were like hair metal.
Yeah.
But the guitar riffs to me.
Yeah. Not quite like, to me, not quite like heavy hair metal. When I think of hair metal, I'm thinking like Poison and Motley Crue. And it definitely didn't come off as Poison, Motley Crue. It came off more of, like we said, like just... You know,
I guess when I think of 80s metal, I always think of hair metal.
Yeah, and I mean, there's a good reason for that. Like, that was dominated by the era. But, I mean, at the same time, thrash was a big thing there, right? So.
Yeah, and I don't know. I didn't look up, like, what genre, like, Wikipedia calls them or, like, what musical genre they would fit into. Because I know that there's, like, 57,000 like different genres.
Yeah.
But definitely a rock feel too in a lot of the music. Yeah, we don't have like the songs to look at.
Yeah.
But yeah, definitely a rock feel, definitely a 80. I don't know, I keep going back to 80s metal, but yeah, when we were first listening to it, I definitely got that feeling, and then when we listened to it more recently, again, I got that feeling. So.
And this was definitely like a repress, like a special edition. I don't know if this was like a record store day type thing or what, but it is a repress. It was pressed in 2020. It's kind of this cool splatter, like this red and black sort of marbly looking vinyl.
Yeah, which goes with the cover.
Yeah.
The cover's like black with the red flames coming up, so yeah. Or the sleeve. What do they call that? Sleeve cover?
The jacket, yeah.
Jacket? Okay. I don't know. It doesn't matter.
The main thing that it's housed in, yeah. No, it goes really good together, really well together. Music wise, it's fine. It's like I said, I got Sabbath vibes, I've got AC/DC vibes. But if I'm in that kind of mood, I'm just gonna put Paranoid on and listen to that. I don't know how often.
I don't know if we would go to this that often, but
I don't. Yeah, I'm not pulling this out that often to listen to.
Yeah.
It was good. I enjoyed it, but it wasn't great to me.
Yeah.
It was a fine record.
yeah. I do know that when we bought this, I think we only bought this album and one other album at that trip. Do you remember what the other album was?
No.
Little Mermaid soundtrack.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
That's what you picked up?
Yeah. So, and even the guy that, or like I don't know if he's the owner of the store, but he's always there. He was like, these are two totally different things, like Little Mermaid and Obsessed, which this isn't that heavy in my opinion, but it is kind of funny to look at both sides, to pick up those two albums. But.
Yeah, we've had that a lot where we go into record stores and pick up like 3 or 4 different things of all different genres. I think another time we got like Iron Maiden. I can't even remember. There were like 3 Dire Straits, and there was some kind of a Bitches Brew.
Okay.
So they're all somewhat in the same area, but also vastly different.
Not
vastly different. Yeah.
Not metal and then Disney, but it's the two things that I love. So
yeah, but you also, I don't know if you've said this, but when you do your Karen's picks, you usually go to the metal section and find a cheaper record, under $20 in that metal section.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, like in the boxes that say metal. That's where I pick them from. Now maybe that'll change over time, but right now that's where I find them. So.
I mean, yeah, this was.
Have you heard of Obsessed before?
I may have, but I don't think I had, honestly. Yeah. If I had, it was just sort of like somebody mentioning it and then like, oh yeah, I'll check it out.
Yeah. Now I wonder if it's like on playlists or something.
Yeah, I mean.
Probably not mine because I don't really listen to this era, but.
I might go back and try to find more of their music, but probably not, honestly.
Yeah, it's not something that I think we would put on.
It's good. It is good. It's just like I said, if I'm in the mood for that style, I'm going to go get something.
Yeah, like Ozzy or something.
Yeah, something a little different.
Yeah.
Under $20, 2 LPs with like a special pressing with like this, like the marble. Yeah. It's kind of good. I liked it.
Yep. Well, cool.
And that is time.
Time with the sirens. So, well, thanks everybody for part 2 or number 2, whatever, of Karen's Picks.
Awesome. See ya.